good?
Yeah, man.
Good, man.
Alright, peace and prosperity, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we've just completed a 10-day Vipassana course here at Dhamma Dipa in Herefordshire, England, in the UK. And we finished yesterday, actually. We booked our 10-day Noble Silence yesterday. And today's day 11, everyone's packing up to leave. And I thought that I would grab some of the guys to do a little kind of, talk, little interview, discussion, recap about the journey that these guys experienced, as it was their first time coming to a Vipassana course. So quickly introduce yourself. What's your name?
Yeah, my name's Nathan from London. I'm an actor as well, working to be a stuntman as well.
Jeez. And you're Leo? Jeez.
Yeah, I'm a Leo.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sick. What about you, bro? What's your name?
Charles,
Yeah.
from East London. Grew up in London. Used to be in the army. I work now as a train engineer. And yeah,
And the Taurus,
Taurus,
Earth
yeah,
energy.
yeah, yeah.
Pick up this
Grounded.
Earth energy.
grounded.
And how did you come across Vipassana?
It's actually kind of funny because when I first heard about Vipassana, I was probably a teenager, funnily enough. But I never had the opportunity to go and just forgot about it. And then recently, and it came as like divine timing in a way, because I was just thinking I want to get back on my meditation and get back into that centered place. And my friend who had volunteered here a few times and lived here like for a while said, you should come do it. And I was like, cool. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, if it helps my meditation, that's enough, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I did it, man.
What about you, bro? How did you find out about Vipassana?
Over Christmas, I went to a body retreat, 10 days. And it was like the first retreat I'd actually ever done. And I was going there to kind of learn how to meditate. And then a few of the people who I met there, so I met 3 people who I spoke to on different occasions, and they'd spoken about this Vipassana retreat that they'd been on, and how like the experiences that they'd had, they had like psychedelic experiences, they had like crazy experiences, and just like they really found a way where they could actually figure out how their brain worked. And for me, throughout my life, I've always kind of had an issue with controlling my mind and that kind of stuff, and I thought for me that would be the perfect practice. And then so I heard about it in December, and then literally since then I've been desperate to come in.
Nice, man. Nice. And did you know anything about the technique or anything about what the 10-day was gonna happen in the 10 days before you came?
Nah, nada. So that came as a surprise, to be honest, man. So like,
Best way, actually.
yeah, like all I knew was the silence, and that to me was that was going to be the difficult part, was the silence. That's what I thought. Then everything else, man.
What about you, bro? Did you know anything about the 10 days?
I'd spoken to a few people, and they kind of explained a bit about how the process was, but I didn't really know how it would be structured. I did watch some videos on YouTube to kind of see it.
I done that the night before the first time.
That's good that you did that.
Just to see like what kind of things it was, and they spoke about how they do like the 3 days of Anapana, and then they do the rest of it with Vipassana. And I was like, okay, cool, I can work with that.
Yeah. And like, did it live up to any expectations? Like, did you have any expectations before you came, or like how did that go on that front? Like,
So like, I purposefully tried to make as little expectations as possible, so I wouldn't get disappointed.
yeah, best way.
That's basically what I tried to do, and I said if it just improves my meditation practice and I can meditate for at least an hour outside of this, then I'm happy in it. But it's well beyond exceeding my expectations, to be honest.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you, bro? Have any expectations?
And just because of what I'd heard in terms of like being able to like gain some level of control over my mind, I was coming in thinking that I'm gonna leave here with more control over my mind. However, I didn't expect anything like what it was, and it by far exceeded my expectations, man. And this has been something like transformational for me, man. And I felt it from day 9 to day 10, yesterday, and even moving forward to now. Like I feel like a different person, man.
For sure.
Powerful.
Yeah. And what about any struggles you faced during the 10 days, bro? Be real, like what struggles did you come across in the 10 days?
Okay, I'll try and summarize it, innit? But yeah, so I think when it comes to, so like I said, I do acting and stuff, and so I'm the kind of person where if I'm going through an issue, I like to express it in some way, whether it's through martial arts practice, exercising, or expression, just raw expression. And having the silence meant that it was all held within, and my ego was doing crazy things, man. Like it was so inflated, so aggressive at times, like, and I was like consistently, and then a lot of repressed memories were coming up, and conversations with people that I never had and I should have came up as well. And I was having these conversations with them. They felt very literal, like it felt like they were talking at me. And it was a struggle, but it was very healing as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like for the first time in my life, I feel like I've healed in a way where I've been able to hold it myself rather than just like escape through something else. You know? Yeah.
What about you, bro? Any like?
I mean, the pain. That's
Physical pain.
Physical pain.
Physical pain. Yeah.
Like day 3, like I said, I feel like I'm a fit guy, I'm a strong guy, but like it got to day 3, and it was really challenging for me. I was thinking to myself, like, if it continues like this, I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to push through.
Sure, you're not the only one.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. Like everyone was saying that, but then day 4 we started doing the Vipassana meditation, and literally, man, everything just kind of eased away, and then that for me was just like, okay, this is in my head, this is in my mind. So then once I kind of understood that, I was like I was looking for the pain. Do you know what I mean? I am better. I was looking for that. But then other than that, I felt like there was a level. I wouldn't say boredom, but there were moments where I was just like, the monotonous of just doing the meditations and then sleeping and then having lunch and then whatever it was. Like I felt trapped in my own head, and there was no escape. Like we'd do the meditations. And I'll be like, alright, cool. I've just had all these thoughts. I've had all these experiences. But then I go and sit down, and I'm having the same thoughts and the same experiences. And I just want like a time to just like shut it off. And that's kind of when I realized as well. That's what I use my phone for a lot.
Yeah.
Like, when I don't want to think anymore, just to like
escape.
send my mind somewhere else. And I was like, okay, and like, that was healthy for me. But it was also very challenging for me because I realized that's why I use as my escape.
Yeah. And what's the main thing that you'll take away from this 10-day experience?
Equanimity.
What is equanimity for the people? Like,
that's it, yeah.
Cause that's a big word in Vipassana. When you come to Vipassana, that gets added in the vocabulary. I didn't know about equanimity before. Sometimes I have problems pronouncing the word, like equanimous, equanimity. What does equanimity mean for you, bro? Like, break that down.
So it's a mix of living in the present moment, and it's also understanding the impermanence of sort of daily aspects of life, which could be emotions, it could be situations, it could be your environment, everything passes to some extent, like, or to every extent, actually. And so for me, equanimity is that idea of like, so I'll give an example. I'm not very good at illustrating definitions, but an example would be from another meditation retreat, which would be it feels like based on purely positivity all the time. I might be thinking, I'm going back to London, let me hold on to that positivity and let me just hold on to what this piece has brought me. And if it leaves, I'm going to be upset. Whereas equanimity is understanding that like this current peace that I'm feeling is something that will change in due time. And when it goes, I shouldn't be sad, I shouldn't be worried, I shouldn't be anxious. Yeah, no attachment, and actually just like when the other things come, also know that they also pass as well, and appreciating that. And it actually allows you to flow with life in that sense. Cause
ride the wave, yeah.
Exactly, there's no impediment.
Nietzsche.
There's no impediment, so you just flow with life in that sense.
Powerful. Yeah. What about you? What's the main thing that you're taking away from this experience? Like anything?
Continuation, like carrying on the practice. I feel like these 10 days have opened my mind up to so much of what's capable for myself. And if I continue doing this practice, I was thinking about maybe doing it half-heartedly once a day or something like that, but I'm going to commit to doing it twice a day and actually lock into this, because I feel like, as he was saying in the videos, like if you lock into this, it will change your life, and I'm ready for that.
Yeah, what he said about the tree actually this morning, about like, you know, first you need to like water the tree and look after and all that kind of stuff, but once the tree is established, the tree starts giving you fruit. You don't need to water the tree no more.
And it's a year, like, and I practice daily anyway, so I'm like, why not put 2 hours to something that I've done for 10 days and I've seen a drastic improvement? So I'm just like, I need to do this, man.
But this is something that I mentioned before that I experienced myself. You know, it's my 3rd time, and I flopped. Not flopped, but it was arrangement how it took place. Both 2 times I left before, I've completely forgot the practice, and a big part of that was trying to, you know, meant to sit an hour in the morning, hour at night, and that's just not realistic for most people. So now I'm leaving. When I'm leaving, I'm gonna say, look, if I can do 20 minutes in the nighttime, then that's good, because I've never meditated in the nighttime, and that's been my big issue, because the nighttime's where mode of ignorance comes out, and you know, like we're doing all sorts of stuff to our energy in the nighttime. So if I can be real and just stick to like 20 minutes in the nighttime instead of trying to do an hour and then end up just not doing it at all, just being real with myself and honest, 20 minutes in nighttime, more than I could probably sit an hour, but just definitely continue, like, because when you're here, you're engulfed in the magic. Goenka's words are so sweet, and the energy here is like, everything makes sense. Everything makes sense. You're like, oh, this is it. This is so simple. This is the answer. But when you go under reality, it's different, man. That's when the challenges come. So it's like you got to be real with yourself. But you know, the doors are always open at Vipassana for you to come back. But
That's another thing I took from it as well, just coming back. Practices again, like even coming and serving.
Serving,
I feel like that's probably be the next step for me in terms of connecting with this place.
Yeah, that's the next one. What's next for you, bro? What's next, man?
Yeah, man. I guess like what you guys are saying is like continuation, just life, innit? But then also for me, I would like to have like a year gap before I come back here, because I just want to live it. I want to apply it to life, and then see how that goes, and then come back, and then when I come back again, I'll be serving after that. You know what I'm saying? So the third time I'll serve, that's my plan. But the second time, I'll come back in. Like,
but what about in terms of like what are you doing, like your career, like what's your plans when you step out of here, like?
Yeah, so like I mentioned in it, so like I only recently jumped into acting and all that sort of stuff. I've always done martial arts as like a hobby, and so for me it's just about building that right now, building that foundation. But again, with this kind of consciousness that this has brought, it's allowed me to basically appreciate the seasons within, innit? So like when I'm not going through such a great time, I'll still be able to stay centered and not let that, when you get unproductive and you're not feeling it, I feel like this will help me still be productive and still, you know what I'm saying, keep moving with the times, you know?
I was thinking of getting Anicca tattooed here, like, see this on the finger here, like, or one of, so you can always see it, like, Anicca. Anicca means impermanence, isn't it?
Yeah.
So and what about you, bro? What's next for you, like?
Just continue my studies. So that's what I'm doing now, obviously working in that. I'm planning on bringing my son here in September as well. I feel like I want to get him started in this from early, because if he could look into this from a young age, like 11,
how old is your son?
He's 11.
11 years old. He's gonna bring his son, 11 years old, to the Vipassana Center. That's powerful. Building the future, very powerful thing that you're doing, man.
And then just continue with the practice, and then hopefully maybe November, December I'll try to come down for service, and then just go from there, man. See how it goes, man.
Nice, man.
I'm genuinely looking forward to just living this now.
Yeah. We're all blessed. We're all blessed to have come across, like he says, to get that seed. To get that seed, so you have to nurture that seed. But also, like, what about for the people who haven't been to Vipassana? Like, who do you advise Vipassana for? Is there any message that you give out there for the people who may be watching this video who haven't done Vipassana before, as a first-time Vipassanee? I don't know if that's the word, Vipassanee. Like, what's the advice you would give it to someone who's maybe scratching their head, thinking about contemplating? Oh, is it for me?
Yeah.
Like, what would you say to the people?
Well, without sounding like an annoying salesman, like, I feel like it's for everybody. There's no bias in that sense. Like I literally, I'll tell all my friends about it, and if they choose to come, great. If they don't, that's fine. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, but I think the one thing I'll say about it is that like it's not religious. Like it's a spiritual practice, but I think it should be understood that you don't have to believe in like a whole like religious concept, and it's not divisive in that sense. You don't have to believe certain concepts to practice it. Everyone's welcome. Take what you want and take what you need, and that's completely fine. And so I think everybody can benefit in different ways. And so I think just come through, man. See how it goes.
And what if someone is not that experienced in meditation? Do you think that it would be right for them to come and sit?
It's a good question. Personally for me, I would have said before this, I would have said nah, man, that's too long. But I met people on this course that hadn't meditated before.
I met people before, they said they'd never meditated before. They just come here and I'm like, wow, what an introduction.
And they did it. So
and
it's benefited them. Like I don't think I've met anyone here that hasn't said they haven't said a bad thing about it.
No one ever. From my research about Vipassana and stuff I've looked at online, no one has a bad word to say about Vipassana. Like it's a serious process, man. And what about you? Anything you'd like to share with the people about the experience, or any advice you'd like to give if someone's contemplating?
I definitely agree and say do it.
Yeah.
Like if you feel like the urge to do it, then definitely get yourself down here. But what I would say is find yourself like a genuine reason. Like don't just do it because it sounds good or because your friend's done it or because whatever. Like actually find a reason within yourself, and that might take you through it because it does get challenging and it does get difficult. But if you have an actual genuine reason as to why you're trying to do this, what you're trying to improve in your life, or what you're trying to overcome, or what demons you're trying to fight, I feel like that would definitely help you fight through those pains and those barriers that you have in your mind. Because there's always something that's going to say, don't do this or give up, whatever it is. But if you have a genuine reason as to why you're here, then
Drive,
man, you can tap into that and it'll help you through. So, I mean, I would recommend everyone to do this.
Everyone,
Just
everyone
10
who's on the
days
path.
to just come and feel a little bit
10
about
days.
yourself, man. Like literally, man.
10
So,
days, all it takes. How many 10 days have we wasted in our lives?
Absolutely, man.
100%.
You know,
I spent my birthday here, man.
that's powerful.
Yeah.
Man.
That's powerful,
That's
man.
me. 10 days out there, it goes by so quickly because you're just on the road doing jobs, distracted. But here it felt like a lifetime.
Because you're actually experiencing reality like properly, like
Present, man. Every moment you're present, man.
Another thing also, like when it comes, I've told so many people about Vipassana and stuff like that. I'm really vocal about, I'm passionate about spreading the word about Vipassana, and people are like, I don't know, maybe after I do this, you don't need, it's always the right time. You don't need to be after I do this, or I don't know if it's not like going to do ayahuasca or anything like that. You can just come here, you literally are just sitting there and just going through this mechanical process, scientific process, this technology of Vipassana, and cleansing yourself, detoxing yourself on a cellular level. There is no other time than to do it now. If you're feeling that you need to come and do Vipassana, then come and do Vipassana. There's no, you're just wasting time, and you'll understand that when you actually come, you'll be like, man, I should have done that before. I knew about that from time. You know what I mean? I don't know if that made sense, but this is something I've told a few people, and people are still waiting on new people out there to come and experience it. But just lastly, what are some main benefits that you experienced during these 10 days? Let's get some key points out there to share with the people. What are some of the main things that you experienced, the benefits?
Okay, so this is kind of like an umbrella because it encapsulates a lot, but I think just simply getting more in touch with yourself. So like get in touch with your unconscious mind. So like the practice is basically about integrating the unconscious into the conscious. And so there's a lot of reasons why we have certain actions or certain habits or certain addictions or certain behaviors, certain situations. Could be trauma, could be anything. But what this does is bring it to the surface and helps you deal with it in a certain way and helps you release it, but not like necessarily release it as in block it out. Like actually it heals it, do you know what I'm saying? I think in that sense, like I said, for me, like it helped me deal with just a lot of situations that I've repressed. And for me, because that's naturally what I do. I don't even realize I'm suppressing things when I'm doing it. So then I just go about my day to day and I'm thinking.
But the body stores all this stuff.
It stores
That's
it,
what I'm
man.
saying. The body holds on to all this stuff. That's why it manifests as aches and pains and tensions and all this kind of stuff. So the process of Vipassana is actually releasing that. You know, paying attention to observing it, not running away from it, and just letting it pass, man.
And it's even the simple practice of silence, the simple practice of not having a phone or technology and all that kind of stuff. It's like, it just, again, we as human beings, naturally, we're supposed to be as we are now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're so distracted most of the time that's become like our daily pattern of living. And so even just coming back to source is healthy without even the meditation technique. Like, even just that in itself is a lot. So
Definitely said this is how we're meant to be living, and like, you know, one day, bro, I'd like to create a place where, you know, the brothers can come and we can live in harmony together, because like when we come together it's such a powerful thing. But unfortunately, you know, life doesn't permit us to be like that all the time. You know, we all got our, but you know, hopefully one day, God willing, you know, there'll be, you know, some hubs for, you know, the people to come together more and to live like this, how we're meant to live. Because what we're all feeling now, Anicca, man, it's Anicca, because boy, London's calling, you know. So, and what about you, bro? What are some of the main benefits, you know, some key points that you know, you experienced from the course?
Sure, focus. I feel like that's been a massive thing for me in terms of like even being able to study that kind of stuff. But I feel like for the first time ever, like, I can literally take in information, sit down and just be laser pointed onto that thing, and I'm just like, I've never experienced that, and that for me is like, that's special, man. Really special.
That's priceless.
Clarity in terms of my thought process and that kind of stuff. I even communicating right now, I'd normally be tripping over my words, but I feel like I'm expressing myself so much clearer than I've ever done. So
nice, man.
That's amazing for me. Peace, inner peace, man. Like I say, there were moments when I wanted to turn my brain off. I was just like, alright, cool, I've had enough of these thoughts, I've had enough of thinking, I've had enough of of things running. But now I feel like there's a space where I can just put that there, witness it, but not have to even, it's not my main, it's not holding out the main focus of my mind anymore. Like it's in this little corner, it's doing whatever it's doing, but I don't need to react to it. It's the lack of reaction now, and I just feel like, I feel so much more peace, man.
Yeah, man. The monkey mind is like the loop, you know, for those first 3 days, I think up until the point when we actually done the Vipassana technique on day 4, you're like, serious, is this what I live with? Like all day, every day, this constant loop of like unnecessary thoughts and stuff like that. It's like, really, is that what's going on? And
Ridiculous thoughts.
Yeah, we're governed by the stuff outside, but you know, after a while, after like day 4, I think we all just slowly start, you know, detoxing, purifying the mind, and we actually just like, there's been certain points after the, you know, the strong determination sitting, and I've come out here, and it reminds me of being on mushrooms. See, when you take mushrooms and you just, I don't know, when I've been in nature, like barefoot, and I'm just walking around like a free being, and I'm looking around, and I'm just really present, looking at all the beauty, and you know, hearing the birds. The same thing was happening to me when I was coming out that hall, where I was just like this, like a reborn, just like coming out, like wow.
Feel the energy in the air, man.
Yeah, just like really present,
essence.
man.
Definitely, sure.
But yeah, this is how, you know, we're meant to be living. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, we've got to move on from here, and we've got to, you know, but we're fortunate enough to have experienced this together. So, you know, we've got to give thanks for that. And yeah, I think we'll wrap it up. We'll leave it at that. So yeah, if anyone's interested in Vipassana, you can just like type it in on Google, Vipassana, I think Dhamma.org, D-H-A-M-M-A, yeah, something like that. They got an app and all that stuff, and if you want to apply, you've got to apply well in advance because these places get booked up. There's 2 centres, one here and one in Suffolk. I can't lie, this is a better one, you know, but the other one's it's a bit smaller, and the place ain't that spacious as this, like, so this is a real nice one to come to. I mean, they're all nice, innit? And it's not about the externals actually, it's about what's going on internally. But I'll leave it at that because I'm waffling, and yeah, man, peace.
Peace. Thank you, man.